Lesson 3. Option Table Basics. Any table that a broker uses to list the various information that pertains to options contracts is known simply as an options table. A more commonly used term is options chain. Here is a simple options table that we can use to gain an understanding of what is contained in one of these tables and how they are used. But first let's take a look at some basic terminology associated with these tables. Some of the questions that will give us a better understanding are: what is a contract? What is a strike price? What is meant by bid and ask? And what is an expiration date? So, what is a contract? An options contract is an agreement between a buyer and a seller that gives the buyer the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell a specific asset at a specific strike price on or before a specific expiration date. One option contract typically covers 100 shares of stock. There's nothing new here since this definition is very similar to the definitions of a call and a put that we learned earlier. What we now know is that a contract represents 100 shares of stock. Let's use the options table to pick a specific options contract. We are looking at the May 20th option table. And we might buy the 21 strike. And we will buy a call. So, this would be the May 20th 21 strike call. Now, what is a strike price? A strike price is a set price at which an option contract can be bought or sold when it is exercised. The strike price is also known as the exercise price. To exercise means to act on a buying or selling opportunity that you have been granted under the terms of a contract. Notice that the strike price is located down the middle of the options table. Both calls and puts share a common strike price. The strike prices in this example are in $1 increments. This will vary depending on the price of a stock. The strike price closest to the actual stock price is called the at the money strike price and would be the 24 strike just below the actual stock price of $23.99. We will look closer at the money, in the money, and out of the money strike prices in the next lesson. Okay, so what is meant by bid and ask? Bid and ask prices are market terms representing supply and demand for an option. The bid represents the highest price someone is willing to pay for the option. The ask is the lowest price someone is willing to sell the option at. The bid and the ask columns are listed for both calls and puts. Notice that the mid price is also listed, which is simply the middle price or the average between the bid and ask prices. Often, when placing a trade, you may attempt to buy or sell for the mid price, as this is a better price than paying the full amount as you would if you placed your order for the bid or ask price. You may have to wait to get filled at that better price, but it is often worth a try. With stocks that have high volume, getting a better price is easily accomplished in most cases. Look at the 21 strike. What is the bid price for the calls? If you said $2.85, you would be correct. This means that this is the highest price someone is willing to pay for this option. Now look over at the put side. What is the ask price for the 21 strike? If you said 18 cents, you would be correct. This is the lowest price someone is willing to sell the option for. Finally, what is an expiration date? All options have a limited useful lifespan, and every option contract is defined by an expiration month or week. The option expiration date is the date on which an options contract becomes invalid and the right to exercise it no longer exists. Let's look at the options table again. We are looking at the May 20th options table. This means that the option for the May 20th options contract will expire on this date. There are many other options contracts for this stock expiring weeks, months, and even years into the future, as you can see by the multiple dates shown. Monthly contracts generally expire on the third Friday of the month. Many stocks have options that also have weekly options that expire every Friday. There are even some heavily traded option contracts that have several expiration dates within 1 week. You should now have some knowledge regarding option tables and the different terminology associated with them. Go ahead and review this lesson before moving on to the next. Remember that this step-by-step approach will give you the necessary foundation to trade options successfully in the future. I'm Simone and this is Learning Options with Simone. See you next time.